and determined. These are the gymnasts of the 2003 NCAA championship. Defending champion Alabama looking to strike gold once again. But Jamie Dantzscher and the well-stocked Bruins have their eyes on a third title in 4 years. And Suzanne Yochlin and the Georgia Gym Dogs also have visions of a title. The nation's top all-arounder, Richelle Simpson of Nebraska. And Utah's Teresa Kulikowski lead their team's charge while Michigan makes a run for its first title. Who will claim the coveted prize? The 2003 Gymnastics Championships next. Welcome to the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2003 NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championships. This year's host school, Nebraska, is seeking its first ever national title, and the Cornhuskers actually coming out of the preliminary competition with the highest team score. So naturally, they're among this year's crop of Super 6 teams, along with top-ranked UCLA, defending champion Alabama, Utah, perennial powerhouse Georgia, and Michigan back in the Super 6 after missing the cut last year. Bonnie Bernstein with you alongside 1996 Olympic gold medalist Amanda Borden. And Amanda, let's start with Alabama. Defending champion, yes, but really in name only. Last year's heavy hitter Andrea Pickens is gone, and Kristen Sterner is this year's only senior on a Tide team, overflowing literally with freshmen.
That's right. This is not the same team. They've had a complete makeover, picking up 7 freshmen. But veterans Kristen Sterner and Gina Rice are hoping that with their experience, they can help lead this young Bama team to a repeat. If anybody can stop that from happening, it's the power-packed UCLA Bruins. They're led by Jamie Dantzscher and Onnie Willis, both whom won NCAA all-around titles. But they're also backed by a lot of strength, especially in the new star freshman Kate Richardson. They have a lot of depth, and they have the opportunity to take home their 4th title. Of course, the home team, University of Nebraska, with one of their strongest teams ever, is hoping that with the home court advantage, as well as some help from this year's all-around champion, Richelle Simpson, that they can pull off an upset and bring home their first ever team championship.
And we go to our first rotation where we have UCLA, the top-ranked team in the country on vault, Utah on bars, beam belongs to Michigan, Georgia on the floor, Nebraska and Alabama have byes, and there will be 6 competitors on each event. Marsden, the winningest gymnastics coach in college history, but this year some inconsistency. Utah's 24-year home win streak in the regular season was snapped, and for the first time in school history, Utah actually had a better record on the road than in Salt Lake. But a bright spot for Utah, Annabeth Eberle, who's up now on bars, one of the nation's best all-arounders.
She is so powerful. You can see right here in this release move, great height on her Tkachev.
Sophomore from Reno, Nevada.
She shows great lines right there, shoots a handstand.
And hitting those handstands is very, very important on this event.
Annabeth's doing a somewhat easy dismount for her. Double tough, looking for a stuck landing.
Little step. Annabeth, a 7-year member of the U.S. national team. Father Joe looking on. And for Annabeth Eberle, a 9-8 to get Utah started on bars. Suzanne Yochlin celebrating her 20th year as the head coach at Georgia. It's been a trying season, to say the least. Injuries at times have forced her to compete just 5 instead of 6 girls on an event. Sierra Sapinar, one of those bogged down with injuries.
Well, this has been a never-ending battle for Sierra. She missed out on the 2000 Olympics due to an elbow injury, missed part of the 2001 season and 2002 season, and you can see here in a practice session, she actually blew out her knee.
This was leading up to preliminaries. Sierra has had 6 surgeries throughout her career, and she's about to have number 7. And filling in for Sapinar on floor is freshman Marie Fjordholm.
She's a very powerful tumbler. This is her 2nd tumbling pass. Nice double tuck.
Marie comes from a family of gymnasts. All 3 of her sisters compete. Her father was a former Norwegian gymnast, and her mom was a cheerleader for the Miami Dolphins.
Marie won this event at the 2000 American Classic.
She fell on floor, though, in regionals, and it turned out to be one of the worst outings on floor for Georgia the entire season in that meet. No such problems today, however. setting up for her final pass.
Whip half front full. Good start for Georgia.
Marie Fjordholm, the freshman from Dallas. Georgia faithful on hand. Gym dogs always travel well, don't they?
That's right.
They have one of the best attendance records in the country, as we see Fjordholm's score of a 9.85. And now we go to Michigan. Coach Bev Plotke, the Wolverines making their 12th trip to nationals, and probably the surprise team this year at times. Injuries have forced them to use just 7 gymnasts, missing one of their best in Elise Ray.
That's right. Elise Ray is a key player. She was a 2000 Olympian as well as the 2001 all-around champion, but they've really pulled it together, starting off on a very tough event.
Elise had to have season-ending shoulder surgery back in March. As we take a look at Jenny Deiley on beam in progress, setting up for her series.
Very solid gainer back handspring layout, step out.
Michigan freshman represents the future of Wolverine gymnastics, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, also a 3-time Junior Olympic national team member out of Dayton, Minnesota.
She has beautiful lines on this event.
Gym acro series, one of the requirements on beam. You mentioned her lines, Amanda. Jenny's one of the taller gymnasts you'll see.
Back handspring, double full. Very nice dismount, solid landing.
She stands at 5'5", but because of those lines, she looks even longer. Jenny getting Michigan off to a solid start on beam with a 9.8. And here we have yet another fab freshman. This is UCLA's Kate Richardson. She is such a spark plug. She's only 5 feet tall, Amanda. Her teammates call her Peanut, fittingly.
She is tiny, but she has a lot of power. This team is so balanced. They have spectacular veterans and quality newcomers like Kate. She's performing a Yurchenko full, great height off the horse.
You see how she just opens it up at the top. Small step on the landing, but still, after a rough start, UCLA back on track on vaulting. With a 9.9 for Kate Richardson. We're just getting underway in Lincoln. We mentioned Michigan's Elise Ray was the 2001 all-around co-champion. Onnie Willis was the other, and she's brimming with confidence about her team.
It's really encouraging to have the depth on our team that we have this year, and it's motivating, and it's also comforting. It's nice to know that if you're really tired that day, or your ankle's really sore, or you really can't do it, that there's someone who's just as prepared and just as talented who's ready to step in and go.
And she stepped in her entire career for UCLA. Has Onnie Willis up on vault now.
She's so powerful. Beautiful Yurchenko full.
Nailed it. Family looking on. And talk about the model of consistency. Onnie has nailed every single one of her 41 routines. And I guess we can make it 42 on that one, Amanda. 9.875. Keeping it going for UCLA. Let's pick up Georgia now on floor. Junior Cory Fritzinger.
This is her second tumbling pass, 2.5.
Cory made an immediate impact freshman year when she was an All-American on vault, beam, and floor. And at this point in the year, Amanda, everybody's battling injuries. If you look at Cory's right leg, she's wearing an...
Well, this is the event that having ankle and leg injuries can really cause problems. She's done a great job, though.
And you know what gets you through at this point? Adrenaline.
Adrenaline, that's right. This is a great event for Cory. She's very dynamic. She loves the crowd.
The Virginia Beach native setting up for her final pass.
Performing a double full punch front. Nice landing.
Cory Fritzinger. Huge NASCAR fan, and she says the late Dale Earnhardt and his son Dale Jr., her 2 favorite drivers. Cory in the driver's seat here, obviously, with a 9.85. We're getting word of a little bit of trouble. Switch over to beam now. Michigan junior Calli Ryals looking solid. All-American last year on this event, as well as floor and all-around.
Shows great flexibility right here.
Amanda, how tough is it for a team, particularly a thin team the way Michigan is, to start on balance beam?
Well, for some teams, it's a great feeling to get one of the toughest events out of the way. But as a former athlete, I can also tell you it's very difficult. You have a lot of adrenaline, you're excited for the competition, and you have to get focused right off the bat because there's no room for error. Calli does a very difficult dismount. Round off double tuck. Great landing.
Small hop, and she nailed that punch front in there too. So the nerves apparently not getting to Calli Ryals. Hug from Coach Bev. And a 9.875. Getting things going for Michigan on beam. Back to vault now. Jamie Dantzscher, the 2002 vaulting champion. And like her teammate Onnie Willis, Jamie has hit every single one of her routines this year. Very, very solid performer. Former U.S. Olympian in the 2000 games.
Performing Yurchenko full. Slight hop in the landing, but unbelievable power off the horse.
Jamie's had 2 10s on this event this year as we look at her dad, John, who's in a serious car accident a couple years ago, but able to be on hand today to see his daughter get a 9.9 on vault in UCLA after some early trouble. Pretty much flawless on vault the rest of the way. Chelsa Byrd now on floor, the junior out of Little Rock, Arkansas, for the Georgia Gym Dogs.
This is their second tumbling pass. Fly spring through the front half, layout step out, showing great amplitude and form.
As they say, Amanda, she's got hops. Very, very powerful legs.
Well, it's not only helpful on tumbling, you can see right here on her gym macro, great height on the jumps.
And Chelsa's been getting a lot of national media attention this year because for the first time in her career at Georgia, she's competing all around. She was doing 3 events up until this year and then added beam to her repertoire. It was the one event when she came into Georgia, she just didn't have that confidence level, but Suzanne Yockland really worked on it with her, and one of the best all-arounders in the country now.
Beautiful double pike at the end. Talk about endurance. That's a hard tumbling pass to finish your routine with.
The co-SEC Gymnast of the Year, Chelsa Byrd. She's won floor all but once in her 13 meets, and it's really not too hard to see why. Georgia on floor, solid and consistent in its first event. Chelsa Byrd with a 9.9. Different story, however, for Utah, taking a fall and losing Teresa Kulikowski.
Show what we got, guys. This is where we shine. Come on, we can do it. These next 3 are with or without Calli, we can do it.
So after a bit of a rocky start, UCLA leading the way after the first rotation. Time now to introduce the third member of our team, Darren Horton, who's with Michigan's coach.
Beverly Plotke, you have to be happy. No one ever wants to start on beam, but what a start.
I'm very excited. You know, our goal for tonight was to hit 24 routines, and we're on a great start for the first 6.
How about only 6 scholarship athletes to get you to the Super 6?
This has been an absolutely amazing season, and I have never been so proud of a team before, and I just really want them to enjoy this experience because they have worked really hard and been through a lot this season, and I'm just thrilled that they're here.
Well, what a way to begin.
The defending champs marching on. Alabama straight ahead, and the hometown team, Nebraska, tries to claim its first title when we come back.